left ear tympanic membrane showing pars tensa, and this is a tympanic annulus. Here we can see cone of light, and this is the most prominent part of the structure is lateral process of malleus, and here you can see handle of malleus, and this area is umbo. Here we can see the malleolar folds, the pink color, the anterior malleolar fold and posterior malleolar fold, above which starts pars flaccida, and this area is notch of Rivinus. And here we can see the shadow, posterior superior you can see the shadow, that is incus IS joint and stapes. If we remove the pars tensa and pars flaccida, scrotum is nothing but lateral wall of the attic area. Here we can see the notch of Rivinus area, and this is scrotum. And this scrotum is most commonly damaged in case of cholesteatoma. So, if we remove the scrotum, we can enter into the epitympanum, attic area. Okay. So, attic area is divided by many of the mucosal folds into different spaces. Here we can see the neck and head of the malleus, and head of the malleus, and it is incus body, and here we can see the short process of the incus, and this is posterior incudal ligament, and this incus body, and this is lenticular process of the incus, and here we can see IS joint. This is the head of the stapes, and this is anterior crura, and this is posterior crura. Here we can see the footplate of the stapes. There we can see the stapedial tendon here, and up to the neck it is tensor tympanic tendon. So coming to the mucosal folds, the mucosal folds are head of the malleus. Over the head of the malleus we can see superior malleolar fold, and in the center we have superior malleolar ligament. Anteriorly to the malleus we have anterior malleolar fold and anterior malleolar ligament, and this is tensor tympanic fold. And posteriorly we can see over the incus there is a superior incudal fold, and over which superior incudal ligament. The central thickened part is ligament, and the total thing is fold. So once we see this lateral, so this is lateral incudal fold, and this is medial incudal fold. In the medial incudal fold we have two openings between the anterior malleolar fold and medial incudal fold. We have an anterior isthmus, and posteriorly we have posterior isthmus. These are the two isthmuses which connects in fact to epitympanum to mesotympanum. And this medial incudal fold spreads up to the stapes and into between the crura also. So all these folds forms a tympanic diaphragm, coming from this one lateral incudal fold, and this lateral malleolar fold, and this is anterior malleolar fold, and tensor tympanic fold, and medially medial incudal fold. This forms like something like diaphragm, and this diaphragm is connected with mesotympanum and epitympanum by only two openings, anterior isthmus and posterior isthmus. So this is anterior malleolar fold and posterior malleolar fold, and these things above which forms the epitympanum. And here we can see there is a prosaic space. This space is prosaic space, but this is lateral malleolar fold, which usually connects with notch of Rivinus like this. And this prosaic space is the most commonly involved in case of cholesteatoma. And this prosaic space is formed by lateral malleolar fold, and medially by the neck of the malleus, and laterally by the lateral process of the malleus, and this is covered by pars flaccidi. Compartments in the middle ear. We can see the superior malleolar fold. This superior malleolar fold divides the epitympanum into two spaces. This is anteriorly anterior epitympanic space, and posteriorly posterior epitympanic space. This posterior epitympanic space is once again divided by this superior incudal fold into medial incudal space, and this space is once again divided by lateral incudal fold into superior incudal space and inferior incudal space. This inferior incudal space is continuous with the mesotympanum, and any cholesteatoma in the posterior region and will collect at the inferior incudal space. And here we can see the prosaic space. So here we can understand cholesteatoma lying in the posterior region. If it goes medially into the posterior epitympanic isthmus and enter into the epitympanum, it goes medial to the incus. And if the cholesteatoma lying superior region, if it goes through the prosaic space and enters into the superior incudal space, it enters into the antrum and it goes to the mastoid region. there are two anterior pouch of von Throsch and posterior pouch of von Throsch. There is a small gap between the posterior malleolar fold and pars flaccida area. Small gap. So this area is called posterior pouch of von Throsch. When you come to anteriorly, this is anterior malleolar fold, and between pars flaccida there is a space called, this is anterior pouch of von Throsch. Cholesteatoma lying and anterior mesotympanum. Cholesteatoma lying anterior mesotympanum can spread into the prosac space through anterior pouch of von Throsch, or the cholesteatoma lying in prosac space can enter into anterior mesotympanum through anterior pouch of von Throsch, and the cholesteatoma lying in prosac space can come into the posterior mesotympanum through posterior pouch of von Throsch.